Hello, this is Captain Poodle speaking. Are you ready to find love?
Yes, ahoy, matey.
Love. Exciting and new. Go online. They're catfishing you.
Shocker.
Fiancé.
Soon you'll be flying to parts unknown.
90-day Beyonce.
Marrying someone you only met on your phone.
Be they French or Chinese, a brand new K1 visa's the key.
Ooh, the key to what, Poodle?
To love.
It's reality gays.
Let's love.
Hello and welcome to a very special crossover holiday event. You're listening to both Watch What Crappens and also Reality Gays. I'm Ben Mandelker from Watch What Crappens. I'm here with Ronnie Karam from Watch What Crappens. But also, we got Matt Marr and Jake Anthony from Reality Gays. Hey guys, how's everyone doing?
Hi,
I'm Bill. I'm good. I'm high as fuck on brownie bites.
Oh my God, they are irresistible if you believe in them.
Let
me do it right.
I'm on my way to see Sir Santa.
I'm Ree Drummond. Welcome to my bakery.
So
Too much personality.
She actually wasn't the word. We're going to get into
Well,
that.
okay,
yes, she
let's give
was.
some context. Let's give some context to the people.
Yes.
So we are here. This is our second year in a row of coming together at the end of the year to recap a holiday movie. Last year, we did Holiday. You can go check that out in the archives of our shows. This year, we are here to recap the cinematic event that is known as Candy Coated Christmas, available on Discovery Plus, which is, as we all know, Discovery Plus is the most holiday of all holiday streaming networks. And not only this is like a simulcast. It's on Watch What Crappens. It's on Reality Gays. It's also a video. So for us here on Watch What Crappens, you can check this out on Crappens on Demand with patreon.com/Watch What Crappens. And that's where you can watch this madness unfurl.
Same for us. It'll be patreon.com/realitygays.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
So we're both going to New York. Both shows are going to New York at the same time.
Yeah.
which
I
is
mean,
pretty
Unplanned.
great.
If Jesus isn't gay, then I don't know why this. I mean, come on, y'all are there on Thursday. We're there on Friday. It's very. I'm honestly excited to because Ben is in LA, but I used to see Ronnie all the time. I haven't seen you, and I just want to hug you. Ronnie gives the best hugs. I'm excited.
Guys,
Yeah.
COVID did it. And also, nobody is saying that Jesus isn't gay. I mean, I feel like if Jesus were alive today, people would call him gay because he never had sex
never
with
married.
anybody.
Yeah.
He never moved in with anybody, never
Yeah.
married, probably had a dog.
We had a Frenchie. We got in really big trouble because we talked about running a train on Jesus for at the Last Supper.
A sex train. Let's clarify.
You guys, I cannot believe you guys are being so sacrilegious about Jesus on the same show where we're going to be discussing the Pioneer Woman. Okay, this is just this just doesn't work. I mean, I'm Jewish and I'm offended.
I mean,
Well,
I
good
felt
thing
bad
there were
even
no-
saying Jesus didn't have a girlfriend. And then you guys like, well, we talked about Jesus running a train.
Someone did leave our Patreon. They said, you sexualized
You
Christ.
sexualized Jesus.
Sexualized. And I said, I'm sorry, but I will say, first off, I'm just going to say, I'm offended that there is not one gay best friend in this movie.
No.
It did not check that box.
I'll tell you what I'm offended
There are no
about.
gays in Peppermint Hollow.
No gays. I mean, Peppermint Hollow is actually quite the gayest name one could name.
I mean, Hollow is in the name.
Hollow.
It's in the name.
Literally, that town got beat up in middle school. But
Yeah.
you know what?
Who does all those decorations? Straight people? No, thank you.
I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you what I'm actually most offended about with this movie, which we are going to get into. But Candy Coated Christmas featured no candy. There was actually no candy in this fucking movie.
I had that to say too. That was my biggest pet peeve.
I feel like there was actually an awkward moment with peppermint sticks. Like someone had peppermints and they were looking at them
Gran.
like they sucked. They were
Gran had them.
And she had them. She was like, fuck these, fuck peppermint sticks. It's the
when
same
she was
brownie bite.
She put them in like her chloroform for babies.
Yeah, there was nothing that was candy coated in this movie at all, and like
No.
Ree Drummond didn't make any sort of candy. She just made brownie
bites.
bites. She was
Brownie
actually
bites.
kind of like
I think that somebody
maniacal about them.
Like somebody was like, we need to call this movie Hard Candy Christmas, and then they were like, Dolly Parton already owns all of that because hard candy is a thing at Christmas. But actually, I want to ask more of a kind of a metaphysical question. What is candy coated? Like, I mean, what is that?
I think it's like an M&M, or is that sugar coated?
That's candy coated.
That's candy
That's
coated.
candy coated?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. It's M&M's.
That wasn't even clear.
I think it just means that like there's so much candy, it just seems to coat everything. And I thought there would be some sort of like candy shop or candy explosion or just someone makes the. I thought it was gonna be like, oh, we'll make mint candies, or we're the peppermint capital of the world. We'll make candy canes, and
Or
we will
actual-
save our
No.
our farm.
Mints. They'll make mints.
No, it was all about hydroponics and shit and like marketing lessons.
It's like
is a
the
very-
most basic, obvious marketing things. too.
Okay, y'all, this is what it is that one of the producers of this film started a marijuana farm. It went under, and they're like, I need a fucking write-off for this marijuana farm. Because where did they get this? And I totally believe, I think that's like, somebody was just like, I have this marijuana farm. What can I film here and make money off of? And they came up with this movie.
Well, it was just like it was so strangely aggressive with its mint theming. Like
Yeah.
at first you're like, okay, they're going to go to a town called Peppermint Hollow, and it's like, okay, cute, and they love peppermint here, okay, but then everything is like, let me tell you about mint. Mint is an herb. Oh, we've been 15 minutes since our last mint scene, so let's just remind everyone what we all learned about mint. Mint is an herb and is used in a lot of things.
Noah
Like, wow.
he's the Bubba Gump of mint.
It's in lotions. It's in soap. Can also be used to heal people.
Also, like
Contact the Mint Board.
Very uninteresting revelations about mint. Like, I think if you are, in your mid-30s, you've probably realized mint is in toothpaste and in cocktails.
If you're
and
six,
various soaps.
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's and then the marketing, like, but how do we market mint? How do you market mint? It's like you're chewing gum while you say it.
And she said, she's like, mint is in everything. And you go,
Mint.
and they go, yes, it is.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're getting to, because we're going to get into this, but I will say,
Yes.
before we start this recap, one thing that I'm very happy about is the male lead, Aaron O'Connell. I have been internet stalking him for many years.
Why? How
Okay,
did
well,
that start?
Like,
you have to see his modeling days when
You
he
have
was
to
a
see his
model.
Instagram, y'all.
When he was a
it-
model and he was just strictly a model, he was really, really special. I don't think this movie actually, I don't think showed him in his best light. And I actually don't think this movie showed anyone. Poor Ree Drummond, the
Did
pioneer
this movie
woman.
even have light? I mean,
I don't know. I think I have better
Filmed on
lighting than
someone's
Ree Drummond
cricket.
right now.
oh, she looked like a gargoyle.
I was like, can we get some sort of filter on this lady? She's her star.
It did look like they filmed this on an iPhone or like a Samsung Galaxy.
Yeah.
Really, it really did. And I did a deep dive into No only because I still am at my Cubicle Warrior job, and one of the attorneys I work with, hand to God, is like an actor and looks just like this guy. And I have to see him I know he's gorgeous.
Which one? And why don't I have pics of him for his spank bank?
You met him once when you came into my office to steal office supplies, but you were too busy about getting free office supplies that you didn't
That's
know
the one thing I don't joke about. The one thing I'll drop a hot guy for is free legal pads and pens.
It's
Yeah,
true.
no
He
kidding.
just like, but it's still, y'all. He's pretty hot. He was on like Tyler Perry. He's on the
Yes.
Have and Have Nots, right?
Yeah, that I think was like his first like big breakout thing. So I was following him just when he was just like a model, right?
Oh, we follow
And
him
then-
now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then he got that because it's like, of course. Now, one thing that I was very happy about is that I did go to a wedding about 2 or 3 years ago, and he was a guest. And so I was like, that was very exciting. And he had a gorgeous, tall, beautiful wife.
Still
And I
has
was-
her.
And I was like hoping to be able
You
to have
guys.
conversation with him. Just to be like, that's the hot guy, but we never talked. We didn't cross paths like that.
Well, I feel
so.
bad that he hasn't become famous enough to dump his wife yet. I mean, that's sad. I just can't believe it after watching his after watching his great acting. This guy is a mouth actor. He did not shut his mouth for the entire movie. Did you guys notice that? He just sits there with his mouth wide open the whole time. Close your mouth, sir.
I think his smile is like one of his selling points, so I think he's
it really
leaning
is
into it.
with his beautiful. I mean, he is I've heard. Can't confirm, but I've heard he's also a pilot and flies rescue dogs to parts of the country for other people.
No, it's true. His Instagram is all about him flying little planes and like playing with dogs. It's not even a joke. Matt is totally. Thank you, Matt, for being on this journey.
I think Ronnie
with
was
me.
right before we were recording. Before Ben got here, Ronnie was like talking to Jake, and Ronnie didn't know I was in the room. He couldn't see. He had to let me in, but he was talking to Jake, and he said, "Oh, Jake, you're kind of like me, and Matt really is like Ben." And I really think it is. We're like the gay podcast version of Big Business.
We're the Lily Tomlins, I think.
I don't think that you need to say gay big business. I think it's assumed that big business is quite gay.
The original Hollow, Jupiter Hollow.
Exactly. There you go. It's full circle already.
Before we foam at the mouth too much, let's get going. Okay, and by the way, I did look up the definition. Candy coated is like an M&M. It's like that sugar coating. And in the UK, it's called sugar coating. But in America, we call it candy coating.
You have a fat person right here who told you it was M&M. Okay? I'm like lipopedia. Okay. So this movie is one of the cheapest things I've sat through in a long time, and I watch Bravo. But I mean, literally every song they had in this movie was a ripoff of another. This one is that Beach Boy song.
Yes.
Which I hate, by the way. And
Yes.
God bless you, Beach Boys in general. You know, thanks for
Surfing
Carney,
Saint Nick.
but
It was the
seriously.
Santa surfing Santa.
It was bad.
It was like
It was
not
the-
surfing Saint
it was-
Nick. It was like Wakeboarding Santa or something like that.
I mean, y'all, this doesn't even look good enough to. We watched TLC and WeTV, and like Love After Lockup has higher filming standards than this did.
This was low standards for a Lifetime / Hallmark film.
That's what I was expecting. Hallmark, yeah.
But you know, I have to say,
was.
I thought what was funny was like just the way it starts with Discovery Plus films. Now, I've got nothing against Discovery Plus, but usually the Discovery Plus logo I associate with like crab fishing and trucks and like naked and afraid, and it's like the fact
Not
that there
high
was
art like this film.
just that there was like no attempt to sort of like holiday it up. It was just like, here's this very corporate logo. Discovery Plus Films presents Christmas.
Yeah. It's like wild tuna. You know, that's what I expected.
Can we even
A
talk
very
about?
dangerous catch Christmas.
I don't know if y'all. I actually really love to talk and look at fonts, and the fonts were terrible for this film.
This was
It's bad font
this was Ronnie
choices.
bad. Like this is I've used that because they use like the thing in Photoshop where you don't know what to do, so you just thicken the font and then put an outline on it.
Yeah.
That's what I've done. I've done it for like
I've
2
done it
decades.
too.
Okay, so I saw that and I was like, wow, this is cheap. This is cheap. This is cheap.
And I like that it said, so it is, we start off with this like fake Beach Boys thing, and we see like some weird footage of a Santa surfing, and then we see the production companies. We have, first of all, Mar Vista Films. Whenever you're just bringing up Mar Vista, there's always going to be a question mark. But second of all, it says, in association.
Rancho Cucamonga Film.
But it goes,
Pacoima Films.
Silmar Pictures. In association with Just to Be Clear Productions. And I just love that, Just to Be Clear. It's like, I just imagine the president of Just to Be Clear Productions goes into Discovery Plus and goes, just to be clear, our intern wrote this. That's why it's called Just to Be Clear. They always have to sort of like give a warning. Just to be clear, this is not very good.
And you know it's some bitchy twink who answers the phone at that company. You know, like
Yes.
just to be clear. It's like,
Just to be clear.
God,
I want to name it Just to Be Queer.
I don't know who you are.
Just to be clear,
Just
you
to be
don't
clear.
mean anything.
I feel like this movie also really leaned into, maybe because I just recently got back from being in Oklahoma forever, and so, but maybe Ronnie can, because you're not in California anymore. But I felt like this movie was a little bit of like anti-California propaganda. Like
A little bit. It was like, you and your crazy marketing job. What even is that? Those California libs.
It was all about, like, go back to your small town. That's where people should live. Ain't no big city living for me. Hopefully there ain't no Jews here either.
That's what the whole. I mean, that's what all these movies are.
It's
like,
true.
give
I
up
thought
your
Sarah
career.
Palin was going to be the mayor.
Yeah. I mean, it really is like that. I went to get my car tuned up, and I said, "Oh, do we still have to get the inspection or whatever? Because I haven't lived here that long. I don't remember how it works." And the lady's like, "Oh, really? Where'd you come from?" And I said, "Oh, I just moved from Los Angeles." And she goes, "Honey, you might not want to tell people that."
No, it's crazy.
Until you have the spirit of Christmas within you, Ronnie.
Yeah, I was like, damn.
Yeah, that is crazy. So we see like extreme close-ups of it's a woman who is packing up various sateen pink fabrics.
Pink is her color, y'all.
Pink is her color, and we see lots of kind of like Christmas tchotchkes all around.
With
So
a
you
lot
think
of
just-
sighing.
She was dressed like a poinsettia, like wallpaper or something. Her outfit is terrible.
Terrible.
And we learned that it's because she's going to Hawaii, but it's terrible. It's
Terrible.
Like some rayon,
You don't have to look like
horrible-
Hawaii.
Yeah,
It is rayon, Ronnie. Thank you for saying that. It's rayon.
Rayon.
No, it was a decent invention. I'm not dissing everybody. I'm just dissing this rayon wear. It was just hard to watch, and I was like, what did this girl do? What did Becky from Roseanne do? Becky's the blonde one, right?
Both Beckys were blonde. This one was Becky 1.
Becky
This
won.
one was
You
more
returned
Becky
later.
1.
I mean, I'm gonna bring this up again repeatedly, but I think honestly that one of the producers of this film, that their 13-year-old daughter and her gay best friend who like go to some like middle school want to be art directors, and they let them art direct this film because it literally is like, how do we show people this person likes Hawaii, and then later on like, how do we show people it's Christmas? How do we show the mother lived here? Let's write her name at the top of the board, Sarah. Like it was just so indicating art direction. It was horrible.
And also, it doesn't make sense because, later on, as the movie develops, you get the sense that Christmas is vaguely important to Molly, but it's just sort of this thing she does in Hawaii. But like here she is packing up and she's got all the Christmas tchotchkes. All of them, all sorts of random crap that she picked up at gas stations along the way, driving from San Francisco to LA when she was 22.
She only wants Hawaiian Santa surfing and like gone surfing for Christmas.
Yes.
Tchotchkes.
It's not
It's
sold in
Don Ho and nothing
Margaritaville.
else.
Yes.
Oh no, Margaritaville. And yeah, they really villainize like any kind of money too, which I noticed. Like, ew, gross, she's from California. Ew, that's disgusting. And then
A
at one
Coach
point,
bag.
at one point she's like, well, I spend Christmas at my dad's hotels. And they're like, oh my God. Can you imagine? Her father owns hotels. That is just so sad.
Yeah, I think the money in the money in this, we'll get into it, but I have a lot of thoughts about people's attitudes towards money in this movie and how they spend it and how they save it or don't save it. Because like
I got real judgy.
I got
was
so
like, do we
judgy
have
about
to-
these fucking people in this movie.
And also,
These fucking people.
the
I
concept
got so
of
mad.
I love
got
when
so
there's
mad at
real
them.
fury in Ben.
I
Like when
was
you
like-
can really
You
crack
actually, Ben turned red right now talking about this.
I am furious and I want to rant right now, but I am saving it. That's what we call
You
it.
got
Jeez, 'cause
really
I am-
mad. I mean, Ben doesn't get mad that often, but it's like
The nerve of these people. The
Yeah.
nerve. That's all I'm going to say.
it's like this, or when an Uber decides to like go around the block. I mean, that's like the only time I've seen that level.
So we're also seeing credits, and they say introducing Ree Drummond, which is it's the Pioneer Lady. So this girl who we don't know who it is, but she gets an incoming call on her device of an unknown brand, and it's Gracie. Gracie is calling, and she has samples of some organic pacifiers.
That's what they make in California.
this was, by the way,
organic.
this was thrown at us in 90 seconds, and
Yes.
to digest that
that's
she
true.
was a baby product thing, and that we also had to learn that Gracie had a child, and we also had to learn she was going to Hawaii and that Dad was going, and it was just like It was so much exposition in 90 seconds, even for a holiday movie for me.
I actually respected the efficiency of which they just got some basic information across. It was like, bam, here's Gracie. She has a baby. They've known each other since they were 8. They make pacifiers together. And guess what? The blonde girl, we don't even know her name, but we know she's entitled because she just said, okay, I'll have my dad transfer in my half of the money.
Yes, and that did piss me off because you've got Gracie juggling a baby, juggling all this stuff, and then you've got Poinsettia outfit over here. He's just like, my dad will transfer it. And I feel like Gracie, like we're led to believe that Gracie is good with money, but A, she's investing it with this nitwit, so I don't know how good that is. And also, she's got her baby dressed as Santa Claus, and I think that that's just like setting the bar too high, you know?
Gracie's husband just left her, right? Like, I feel like that's like the unspoken
That's what it felt
truth.
like.
She's like deranged, and she's like, she will not accept the truth. She's like, I'm gonna go see him. I'm gonna go see him in Montana, wherever he is.
Going to
She's
his
just
mom's. We're going to his mom's.
She's actually confronting him with his mistress. That's what's with the baby.
With the baby
she
in a
is
Santa
unraveling
suit.
in this
With the
movie.
baby.
Oh gosh. So the blonde lady is like, oh, I'm going to Hawaii. So then we hear about the bank and all this stuff. And why is there no online banking in this world?
Thank you.
Because
Or
the
email.
other girl, Gracie, is like, oh, guess what? I just stopped by the bank to put in my half of the investment money. Girl, don't you got internet over there? What's happening? And why is there no online banking?
I'm sending it Western Union.
I know. And then we hear like a little snippet of like their childhood bond that they have. And the blonde girl, who we still don't know her name at this point, she goes, remember when we cut our price on lemonade and put Amy Klein's lemonade stand out of business? This is us.
We destroyed her.
I was like, you awful, awful human.
Yeah, well,
I'm
in the
a
Hallmark
mean person,
movie,
and I'm going to change.
yeah, in the Hallmark movies, there's always the person that comes from the big city, and they're the villain, right? They want to, like, ruin Christmas. They're like the gay, basically.
Yes.
Like, everyone thinks of the gay. Like, they just want to ruin Christmas and call it holidays.
Well, we do.
I know, I do. And she is that person, the lead of the movie. She's
going to kill everyone's lemonade stand. So they're like, oh my God, like, is this going to be weird? We're having our company. And then I think the blonde says something like, Baby Steps. Wait, that's a great new company name. I'm like, you guys have already deposited money, don't even have a company
They
name.
don't even have an LLC. They don't even have an LLC.
What is your LLC title?
You need a fucking EIN? Yes.
SOS.ca.gov.
And she says Baby Steps, and then her friend Grace is like, oh my God, that's the name of her company.
Yeah.
And in the same breath, the blonde woman goes, yes, what about these glasses? And I'm like,
I was like, are you going to check to see if it's available?
do you want to Google it? Do you not really care? You're
Google
like,
it.
sure.
That was what I was saying. I mean, beyond the LLC, Google it because there's, of course, 90 million, baby steps out there. What do you do? I was so mad at these
But
ladies.
even
at the very
the
start.
moment you come up with your company name should be of some import. And you're like, should I
Yes.
wear these? You know, and I screamed. There were about 6 or 7 times that I screamed, what? Like that at this movie, and that was one of them.
That was a big what moment.
And also, like, what are you going to do? Like, are they baby shoes? Because the name doesn't really make sense. Baby
No,
pacifiers.
it
Like,
doesn't.
it needs to be called baby sucks.
Yeah,
like your
baby
baby sucks. Okay,
Baby sucks.
your baby sucks.
Baby sucks.
So anyway, so the blonde she's just like, they have this moment. She goes, well, Hawaii, here I come. Well, I'm like, that's a bad business partner. She's already leaving. You put your money in the bank and she's going to Hawaii.
Yeah.
And so now they sort of separate. Gracie's like, I'm going to go spend Christmas in the snow with my family. Oh, you already hung up on me. Okay, great.
Could I ask a question really quickly? Maybe I missed this. There was a statement that Gracie said that chilled my bones. She said, this lady, talking to baby, this lady has her first date with a snowman.
She's already trying to like
mean?
She's just trying to keep the image that she has of her family together, knowing that it has crumbled to pieces already.
Okay. Maybe
I was just like,
it
what
made
does
no
that
sense because
mean?
this baby can't walk, so the baby can't build a snowman, and then it's too cold to really put your 6-month-old baby. It made no sense.
And there
I
also
just
should not
kept
be a
picturing-
romantic entanglement with a snowman.
No, I just kept picturing her tarting her baby up for a date with a snowman. who would eventually melt.
Grace
Well,
is
that's
Because
unwell.
of songs, it's because of songs like "I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus." It ruined the culture. I'm telling you. I've said it for years.
Poodle has a big, y'all, I call Jake Poodle if you are new. Poodle has a big problem with Frosty the Snowman and basically almost all holiday cartoons anyway. He's gone on. What did you call Frosty the Snowman?
It's this kind of like the ultimate hero's journey where Frosty sacrifices himself at the end, basically kills himself for a child. And then in some kind of weird epic of Gilgamesh, they reincarnate him while we're watching it on the 30-minute special. And I'm like, did no one have questions as a child?
I get it.
I was really confused.
I think you're triggered because we're gay. And I feel like it's the same trajectory of the gay friend, right? It's like you never see this person except for like a bachelorette party. You know, it's like, oh, it's my gay friend! You know? And then it's like, it's done for another 5 years. You only see this character every
How does he save them again? Because he like melts in a greenhouse. Spoiler. Sorry, guys.
To keep her warm, he takes her into the greenhouse and for some reason stays with her. Not watches out while they're
This is why it's triggering. This is why it's triggering, because it's that friend who's like, oh, let me do your dishes for you. And like, I didn't ask you to do my dishes. Now I owe you a favor.
He kills himself for her. It's so weird. He's met her 10 minutes ago. It's a strange thing.
There's a lot of suicide in Christmas films. I feel
there
like.
is
There's a lot I don't like it. It's triggering.
I was triggered by most of them. Rudolph is a gay allegory. Gay allegory. Rudolph the claymation.
Flamer. They're like, can he really lead though? Like all the straight guys are like, he wanted to take a shower with us.
And the elf is like, I'm just a misfit. I need to go find someone where I'll be. And he goes to the Island Misfit Toys, and it's basically a gay club.
It is, yeah. It's like Slammers, and he's doing booty bumps for Christmas.
I really wish there was a good Hanukkah story that I could adopt a gay narrative to. I mean, I guess like Judas Maccabee. I'm not sure. I'm a little rusty on my Hanukkah.
You guys
like,
have a whole holiday
going.
Yeah, you guys literally have a whole holiday revolving around flames. I think you're doing okay. Okay,
but
it
also
lasted
carbs.
for 8 days.
By the way, this is way jumping ahead. Way jumping ahead. But since you said it, one part where the blonde girl says like, "Oh, I've never put up a Christmas tree," and did you see the way that little orphan girl, and yes, that's all I'm calling her, is orphan girl.
I have so much to say about her.
She looked right at her.
Don't even.
Just went,
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there because that was such a what moment. I was like, excuse me.
I screamed there too.
Excuse me.
I screamed there too.
Anyone that doesn't live in the middle of the country.
Let's move forward. So after she's done talking to her lunatic friend, the blonde goes downstairs because she hears her town car has arrived, and she goes downstairs in her hideous floral jumpsuit, and it turns out her father is Captain Lee from Below Deck. I was like, that is the cameo crossover I was waiting for.
I looked this up. He's her actual father. That actress's actual father.
Wow.
So I guess we know who runs Reseda Productions.
Well, I just want to say they were super lazy on this. That's her actual father. We find out because he calls her Molly. We find out her character's name is Molly. Wait, that's her real name in real life.
Her real name is Molly.
Yes, that's her real name.
So it's like she's Molly. They're like, what do we call Ree Drummond, the pioneer one? We'll call her B.
Yeah.
Like, let's make some stretches here.
No, the problem is they kept calling her Trixie, and Ree Drummond kept forgetting who it was. So the closest was B. And she would not answer.
Could you just
Trixie!
see?
Ree.
Where the fuck is Trixie? I've got something to bet. Oh, that's me.
She's also got this purse on her because she's got money. Don't forget, guys.
Coach bag.
She's got like it's a Gucci
or
right?
Gucci bag.
It's a Gucci.
It's a
plot
Gucci
point.
bag. This
leads
is
to nothing.
such a like thrift store Gucci. It is the ugliest Gucci. It doesn't go with her outfit at all. And then she takes another like cream colored jacket to put over her stupid Hawaiian thing. Molly,
why are you wearing a cream jacket?
Molly, you endanger girl.
You endanger girl.
Molly, you can't even pretend to be rich for one film. Like, come on.
She's going to Phoenix. She's telling everyone she's going to Hawaii. She's going to Phoenix. Okay. So she's like, Daddy, Captain Lee, why don't you have any bags? He's like, I've got bad news. And Gallant Resorts, which is us, Gallant.
Gallant.
Sorry.
Like
Gallant.
Felicia Gallant
Like
from
Felicia
Another World. Don't you dare.
Felicia
don't
Gallant.
you dare hurt Linda Dano in this recap.
Well, guess what? Gallant Resorts are going under. And she's like, underwear. It's like, this is a marketing CEO, by the way.
This is like the same tones they used when he was like, look, it's a real Gucci bag.
Yeah, that underwear was definitely a Shecky Green joke that was put in there by a comic that needed a couple of
Maybe
punch-up
Reed
jokes.
Drummond probably give it a little punch up. So
It's probably one of Lad's jokes. He wanted to put it in.
Lad. Oh God,
Lad.
That's her husband. Sorry,
Ronnie
I
goat
went
cheese.
through a Pioneer Woman phase because I'm from
Me too.
Oklahoma and I had to. So
And my son, Brycey.
and then I cooked some of her recipes and realized they weren't good.
I've
not
liked some of
good.
them. I've liked
I
some
mean,
of
I've
them.
cooked them too. If it's beyond flour, butter, eggs, and water, she don't have it going on. I'm sorry. And wait until you see the baked goods that they keep closing up on. I'm like, my 9-year-old niece does better. I think she's 12 now, but they're better than that.
I remember once watching a Pioneer Woman episode, and she's like, "I'm gonna go to town today because I gotta buy 5 pounds of sugar or something." So she goes to
I know
the
that
store,
episode.
and she's
Yeah.
like, I gotta get in here before the Baptists. she's like, the Baptists are coming soon. I gotta get in here quickly. I was like,
Got to get my
whoa.
alcohol so they won't
I
judge
will
me.
say, on a personal level, I do enjoy Ree Drummond. I don't have hate for her. I don't
like
want
her
to see
too.
her. I do
I
like
don't hate
her. I would. I
Wanna kill her.
I have friends that know her and that are. One of my second cousins lives out in Slaughterville, which is right by Pawhuska.
Slaughterville?
Yeah, Slaughterville. It's by Rue Bottom in Oklahoma, and so they
Stop.
Slaughter-
No
Is that near
names.
Pepperidge
It's
Hollow?
true.
You're just
it's
making
true.
shit up now.
No, these are real
He says
towns.
these names
Bottom.
all the time.
Yeah, because there's Rue Bottom. I think Bushy Head's out there.
Oh,
Anyway, I swear these are
Christ's
real
sake.
towns.
I can't deal with this
We have
anymore.
a street here in Austin called
This is
Slaughter
my
Lane,
life.
and it bothers me every time I have to turn on to it.
But everybody
Slaughter
says that
Town.
Ree
Gross.
Drummond is wonderful, wonderful, nice, and all
Yeah,
they all
I've
say
heard-
good things about her.
I want
Well,
to hear
she seems
terrible
wonderful, and I
stories.
loved her work in Precious. So in the recent, so due to the recent drop in hotel occupancy, basically the hotel has been forced into bankruptcy. And Molly, now we know her name is Molly. She goes, "I'm the head of marketing. How could I not know?" It's like, bitch, because you're bad at your job.
You're
clearly
bad.
bad at your
You're
job.
bad at
No one's coming to the
marketing.
hotel. You should be
That's
marketing.
kind of the point, honey. Her dad's like, that's kind of the point, honey. Okay.
Yeah.
then the fact that she says, but it's also yours. Also, you're going to be having a problem. So all the money that you were going to use for your seed money, that's no longer an option. So Dad stole her money?
Okay, thank you for this. I think her father is a swindler and an asshole.
He
No,
is a
she-
bamboozler.
No, she's just a terrible business person. Okay, she didn't even know that her company was in trouble, and second of all, she didn't even procure that seed money. You think that she's procured that seed money ahead
That's
of time
true.
and he stole
That's
it?
So maybe
did not
he
steal
gave it to her.
She was like, "Oh yeah, my
I
dad will
see.
send that," and she
Yeah.
sent Gracie up the river.
Oh, that's right. So she just basically promised something that was her father's.
Yes,
That was Captain Lee's. That makes sense.
Yeah.
so she's terrible.
Well, none of it really makes sense because where did you deposit the money, Gracie? Like, if you don't have an LLC, you don't have a business name, so
It's in the wall
Where-
somewhere.
It's in-
Yeah.
It's in
She's-
one
I
of her
just went to the bank.
handbags.
I went
in
to
her
the bank
Gucci
and I
bag.
gave him a check. Yeah.
She deposited at Washington Mutual. She's like, "They're still around, aren't they?" It's like, so Molly is like, she's like, "Well, isn't this what you always wanted, for me to go off and create my own business just like you did and use my marketing skills?" I'm like, girl,
Relying totally on your money and everything that you built. Yeah, that's every father's dream. Oh, I can't wait to buy my child a business.
Did you notice that when he said, and I need to tell you, so you might, he's like, am I out of a job? And then the next breath is, but what about Hawaii? Your whole life is done.
Hawaii's more important than you know what?
But what about Hawaii?
you know,
She-
when she was elected to that position, there was like mass resignments from the higher up tiers of this organization. They're like, we're getting this one as our CMO. No, thank you. We're quitting.
The girl with the knockoff Gucci, awesome.
Here,
What
Ivanka
happened is-
comes in here.
Y'all, she was fucking in quarantine and watched White Lotus, and she's like, I have got to go to Hawaii, because that's like her, because she's from California, and everybody from California loved White Lotus.
This movie would have done a lot better with the soundtrack.
She probably only watched the first 2 episodes, though. Didn't realize what was going to happen.
Then she's like, this is getting heavy.
Yeah.
So then she's like, well, I mean, like, how do we get the money? Like, do I have to sell my kidneys? He goes, not yet, which is funny because he also knows, like, wow, you're so bad at marketing, you probably couldn't even sell your own kidneys.
No.
God, no. He's
Kidney
like, look,
for
I know it's
sale."
not ideal, but listen, babe, I think
it's
I
not
know of a
ideal.
way you can get your money back. Remember how at the high school talent show you put your fist in your mouth? Get to work. Get to work. She's like, the veneers are too big. They're too big now.
And he's like, remember that house your mother grew up in? She goes, oh, in Spearmint Valley. He's like, no, Peppermint Hollow. And she's like, who makes up these names? It's kind of like a wink wink. Like, look how meta this movie is.
That's the voice of the audience.
Yeah, it's very meta, almost like someone who says the name of a movie in the movie.
And then doesn't actually show anything candy coated when that name is uttered.
Yeah.
Why do Hollywood people dress this way? Yeah.
Yeah. So he's like, yeah, we used to go there before your mother passed away. And she goes, yeah, we used to go riding on chocolate chip.
Another what scream from me.
But she's like also like totally fine with that name. Like Peppermint Hollow sucks, but chocolate chips are real.
chip.
You know, no,
I miss
that's a real
chocolate chip.
Pulitzer
Well,
winner.
because all women love chocolate.
Yeah.
This is literally one of the themes of this movie.
No, or all women.
that's right.
All women love shopping. All women love chocolate.
chocolate.
And
so
they're
Coke.
all bad with money.
And-
We're just so we can't. What money?
Her father literally just kind of, not even in one sentence, it's like he gets like a full, y'all, in a script, like a full paragraph and a half that's just like, so this is what you're going to do, and just like lays it all out for her, hands her this thing, says you're going to go sell this house in Peppermint Hollow, or whatever, in Peppermint Hollow. But I laughed again. The fucking art department on this said, hey, you know how Apple has those templates? Well, I found one that says deed.
Deed,
So we're
yeah.
just going to print this out. And this piece of paper at the top just said deed.
It was red at least, so it was matching the decor.
But also, like, this guy is the CEO of like an international hotel group, and he doesn't have just like lawyers who are like, oh, we'll take care of this. He's like, no, I'm gonna just send my daughter, who's terrible at marketing, just send her off to Peppermint fucking Hollow just to sell a house just to sell a house.
Just
like,
sell-
as
well,
if
the
there's no.
assistant took care of the
it's like
flight.
it's like there were some people in there, as if there's no like eviction laws where you have to give people like 80 days or something.
It's not like in LA where there are squatters' rights. They could have had those people on the street in a day.
Yeah. But I like that the girl who sings all the Apple commercials from like 5 years ago got some work, because the next song is that
Christmas, the Christmas.
This was
Yale.
like the Selling Sunset version of Christmas music.
I like cars. Girls have cars.
I'm
Girls
the
drive
baddest
cars.
bitch.
Girls
I
drive
sell
cars.
houses. I sell houses now.
I'm a boss bitch in the Peppermint Patty.
I'm a brownie warrior, a brownie warrior.
You might
So
be
bad.
minty, but I'm so flinty. Here I walk, watch me walk.
Fast, fast, fast. Cars go fast. Girls don't ride bikes, they take cars.
You have a candy cane, I got a private plane. Here I am, boss bitch.
It should end with boss bitch. Everything. Here I am, boss bitch.
That would scandalize Peppermint Hollow to hear that word boss bitch. Like, how could you say that about B?
Yeah, so we see a plane, which is crazy because you know that shit was Southwest. No offense to Southwest, because I'm about to fly it, but you know it was. And then suddenly we're in Peppermint Hollow. Like, there's no big great scene for it. We're just now in Peppermint Hollow.
The town
Peppermint.
Christmas threw up in. It's just everywhere.
No,
Really?
there's not even like a drone shot that like goes in and focuses on the downtown. It's just a red sign that says Peppermint Hollow.
Well, how could they? It's Azusa.
That's the saddest phrase ever.
Is mint even? So Peppermint Hollow apparently exists in this movie in Washington State. Is mint even native to Washington State? Is that like is mint a
You've already asked more questions
is
than
mint a
the
Pacific
research
Northwest
staff did.
kind of herb? I don't think so. I feel like mint we see in like warm and tropical areas, right?
Also, it depending on where they
Eurasia?
are in Washington, but it doesn't really snow a lot in the Pacific Northwest. I guess it does east of the mountains, but I'm sorry, I needed to know where this was more.
The other thing is that the Pacific Northwest tends to look like the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
And this did not look. There was like not even like Kyle MacLachlan walking through or something.
No,
like no
or
like Twin Peaks or anything.
No shimmering vampire, nothing.
This
Nothing.
looked like Colorado Springs, or
Yeah.
or just
Or
vaguely.
I'm pretty sure it's Azusa. It really
yeah,
is.
I think you're
Yeah,
right.
well, what was cracking me up is that she's walking because she's snotty, right? We get it.
Oh, she's
so
awful.
she's walking through the town and she's just like, "Ew, gross!" And they're like, "Look, it's
so
a
obnoxious.
look, it's a candy cane. It's like a candy cane display." She's like, "Ew, blah, blah." And they're like, "Wow, look, it's Christmas sweater." She's like, "Christmas, gross!" So if we just saw your apartment, you have like
You have all
37
this.
snow
You have all the
globes.
Santa
You
stuff
had
there.
Christmas
This is
everywhere.
your
Christmas.
bedroom.
There's
But
no
now
sand.
she hates Christmas.
Yeah. We know, by the way, if she was truly from Los Angeles and went to Hawaii every year, like, you know what she would be taking so many selfies with and making all
Yeah.
these Instagram things, and she would be literally finding the wings on the wall and taking a picture and being like, "Look at me," you know, like
Yeah,
for her to be
super-
scoffing, no.
Super weird that like they made. We're only 2 minutes into the movie, by the way. Sorry, audience, but like
No, there's
we're
so
2
much to
minutes
discuss.
in. They've made her a person who loves Christmas to a person who hates Christmas already.
And we know not even a reason why. We know that her mother's dead, and this is her hometown. But like they
Yeah.
could have said like, you know how your mother loved Christmas so much, and like, oh, that's the reason she doesn't love Christmas.
Yes,
No, the writers couldn't even make that jump.
and they never
But
do.
wouldn't that make her like Christmas?
Well,
Or-
no, the thing is that like if she had like a negative association with
Yeah.
cold,
We-
like New England style Christmases, that like it reminds her of her dead mom. So therefore, this is why she has this terrible reaction. But they don't even. You're right. They don't
But
even.
that beat
draw
is
that
not
line.
there.
that beat
that
is not there.
That is
But I'm gonna
that is
tell you what
screenwriting
beats.
101. But yeah,
I'm going to tell you what beat is there. A commercial beat. Or a we'll see you tomorrow beat, because this is the end of part 1. Sorry, I'm really bad.
I was gonna at least
Okay.
give it. I was gonna at least give him like 5 more minutes for us to actually get into some of the story.
No. I don't think we did last
these
year
are
either. I think last
existential
year.
questions.
We did not. We did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a lot of front-loaded talk. So yeah, everyone, thank you for listening to this. The launch of our recap, and we will be back tomorrow with more of Candy Coated Christmas.
Yeah, if you want the videos, go over to Crappens On Demand on our Patreon or go to their Patreon for Reality Gays and get those. And go buy tickets for our live shows in New York,
Yes.
ours and theirs.
Yes.
They're playing at, where can they get yours? Ours are watchwhatcrappens.com. Where are ticket links for you guys?
Ours are our Linktree and our Insta.
Well,
and our
but
Instagram.
but realitygaze.com is where it all.
Yeah, you can find them too.
Okay. Bye.
All right, bye everyone.
Bye.